TK, it's Miss Boo here, and I'm in the state of Iowa.
Welcome to Liberty Farms, TK.
This is my friend, Farmer Joe, and this is my nephew, Andrew. Hello! Here at Liberty Farms, Farmer Joe has so many animals. Can you name some of them?
2 pigs named Nellie and Brother. He has a bunch of geese that are very mean. He also has chickens which we take eggs from. He has some goats and some cows. And he also has 2 horses. He also has a llama.
And he also has some very special and important creatures here on the farm. Do you want to know what they are? Yes? Well, Farmer Joe, would you show us?
Sure. Do you want to go on a farm adventure?
Of course we do. We'll follow you.
Honeybees are superstars because they make honey, which is delicious and healthy to eat. First, the forager honeybees fly from flower to flower collecting nectar or the sweet juice inside of blossoms. They suck the nectar with their long tongues, kind of like how we use a straw to drink juice.
This beautiful meadow full of purple clovers is a great food source for the bee colony.
Forager bees can fly up to 4 miles away from their hives to collect nectar. That's really far for such small creatures.
Farmer Joe, what makes bees such superstars on a farm?
Well, let's walk down to the garden and you'll understand.
Bees are important because they are pollinators and they help make fruits and vegetables. When bees are out collecting pollen and nectar from flowers, pollen from the plants will stick onto their furry bodies. When they visit different plants, that pollen is rubbed off and mixes with the pollen of the new plant. When the right combination of pollen is mixed together, the plant is ready to produce a fruit with new seeds inside to help that plant continue its life cycle. Many of the delicious fruits and vegetables depend on bee pollination. Some of my favorites are beans, cabbages, and cucumbers.
So, are we ready to suit up?
Let's suit up.
These suits are white because bees do not like the color white. The suits zip tightly up all around so bees cannot touch any part of Farmer Joe's skin to sting him. He also wears protective gloves and boots.
We're all suited up, and I'm so ready to learn about the honey making process.
Farmer Joe uses a smoker to keep the bees away. When bees smell smoke, they will gather around the queen, who is usually in the middle of the hive, to protect her. Here, he's using the bee brush to gently sweep the bees away. Farmer Joe uses this hive tool to help him separate the frames from each other. They're quite sticky. These clamps help Farmer Joe hold onto the frames while he is pulling them out of the hive. These frames have little rooms with 6 sides for the bees to store their honey. It's called a honeycomb. Farmer Joe also checks to see how full each frame is. If they're almost full, he needs to add another hive with new frames for the bees to continue making their honey, and also to give them more space to live so they don't feel overcrowded. So how do honeybees make honey? Did you know that bees have 2 stomachs? One is for their food, and the other is their honey stomach. When the forager bees suck up nectar, they store it in their honey stomach. And when that's full, they fly back to the hive and pass the nectar to one of the indoor worker bees using their mouths. The nectar is then chewed and mixed with special juices inside the bees' mouths. This is how nectar gets turned into honey. Sometimes it takes up to 8 bees chewing on the same nectar to finally turn it into honey. And when the honey's ready, it's stored in the honeycomb. The bees flap their wings to cool the honey down and make it thicker. Once it's perfect, they seal off the honeycomb with wax that they produce from the underside of their bellies. It's like closing the door to the little rooms.
Everyone knows the honeybees make yummy honey. Try it.
All right, let's see. Wow, look at that color. why they're superstars of the farm.
Sadly though, due to human use of pesticides, climate change, loss of habitat, and other reasons, bee species are threatened. We need to help and protect these superstar creatures. So, the next time you see a bee buzzing around, remember, just leave them be.